All right, this is going to be Freebird Guitar Solo Part 2. I'm going to start you out with what I did in Part 1. You can find a link here to go shoot over there if you want to learn the first part. Okay, that's about the part where we're getting into Part 2. So we started out with this same phrase that we did in the beginning. So that last one, the second one of those two riffs, has that chord thing. Chord, chord, chord. And then we're going to get into... Okay, so we got this 6 and 8 here. We're hitting on that G note there. We're in the key of G here for this thing. So, and that's one of those 1.5 step bends where you're going for the 11th fret sound with your bend. And then he's got a double guitar going on this whole thing. So sometimes the second guitar will come in and do a cool riff while he's doing something underneath it. And as the thing develops, you really hear those two guitars and they sound awesome together. So one of them is going like... Now the other one starts going... So that's like... So it's like... Now we're going to slide into this like major pentatonic thing for G. When you hit that 9th fret of the G string going into the G there, now you're kind of like setting up one of those like B.B. King box things. So it kind of starts in minor pentatonic. Little chromatic riff. Then we get a little chord going here, and you could also do it here. Okay, so you got those two different things going on. And see how that chord becomes a 12 and 15 with that pinky? one of the things about this song is you have to listen to this song and play these riffs with the record, like over and over again. So I played in a band called the Jimmie Van Zant Band. I was about 20 years old when I met this guy, Jimmie Van Zant. And he was a super talented dude, sang just like Ronnie Van Zant. I mean, we developed a great band over a few years. And I got to play Freebird with a real Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band that was like tied into the actual family of the Van Zants. I actually met Lacy Van Zant, the father of all three of those guys. So when I was coming up and I was learning these songs, we had an album. I had an album and a record player, and I had to take that needle, put it to the beginning of the song, or put it to where the solo started. I had to figure out all these Lynyrd Skynyrd songs by ear. There was maybe Sweet Home Alabama was written out in a guitar magazine. There was nothing else that you could find, period. We had to take the album, start it over again, make some notes on a piece of paper, just keep playing it so many times until we actually remembered how this song went. So Freebird solo is one of those things where you have to play this sucker 1,000 times to even get close to playing this thing. And the speed that Alan Collins pulls some of these riffs off at, utterly amazing. You could tell they'd been playing it on stage for a long time before they ever went in the studio. He had not only his perfect solo figured out, but he had another solo figured out to go on top of that or behind that to kind of accentuate that and do like harmony things. So that's one of the great things that Alan Collins definitely achieved with this solo, is that massive, both speakers guitar solo happening at the same time. So some of the times where it's going like, the other guitar is going. So just really listen close and pick out what you think are the best parts. So let's go over part 2 again. So one guy's kind of like, one of the guitars is kind of like doing some fills, kind of some BB King, while the other one's doing like these chord things. And then eventually you're going to get up into this thing up here. This is going to be the 18th and 17th fret. And then we're going to the small strings, 18 and 18. And then we're going to the 22 and 22. And that thing just keeps going on and on. Eventually you go. Okay, so you kind of come on this 15th fret. And then we get back to this fast riff. And this is a real killer riff of the solo. So you're bending the 17th fret of the G string, hitting the small string 15, pulling off that 18 to 15. Like if you want to play with the record, you might think about, and not even try to bend that thing. But once you get savvy with that at the right speed, you can start bending it. Then you get into a thing. So that's like a. And then go to the next strings. So that's one of those unison bends. So I got the 15 on the bottom, I got the 18 on the second string. And then I'm letting it come down, getting that real dissonant sound. And as one guitar is doing that, the other one starts going. And then check out this little riff you can do with the chord. There's a lot you can do with that, and if you have two guitars going on this solo, it's a lot of fun. And that's the 17 with the 18 underneath it. And then we got the 18 with the 18. We got the 22s. On a Strat, you don't necessarily need to bring that thumb around top. Sometimes on a Les Paul, I would have to bring that thumb around top. But we can go. And if you're really getting after it, you might be like. Let me end with. All right, so Freebird guitar solo. Have fun with that, guys. Plan on playing it about 1,000 times with the record before you get it anywhere near. But have fun. Good stuff. Alan Collins, may he rest in peace. See y'all later.